Hey friends, here we are in downtown Minneapolis. It's definitely, it's almost 6 o'clock, you guys. I'm just leaving work. But looks like it's nice weather. A game must be on with the twins. Uh, it's the baseball field's right there. So it's really an easy walk from work, you guys. I have not been to a baseball game this year. I think it's more fun when you go with people. You can talk about it. And 10th Street. You can pay $20 for an event parking. So for the game, $20 for parking. Doesn't seem so bad. You know? Oh, I could have done that. And I didn't. What happened? Look at all this to show for because it's Pride Month. There's all this rainbow flags at the lights. It's kind of nice. It's nice. It's beautiful. Look at that power to the people. You belong. That's really cute. Those flags celebrating 50 years. Either way, here we are in Minneapolis, you guys, and this looks perfect. The weather looks amazing. I have not been out. I just left the office building and went straight to my car. Just walked the skyways. There's a lot of people outside today, actually, because the weather is just beautiful, and they're in happy hours, drinking, having a cocktail, relaxing after work. It was like an interesting day, guys, today. Good day, but my computer just, well, I don't know if it's my computer, to be honest. Our network is not that strong and connection. So I don't know if that triggers it, but every time you um, disconnect my computer from the docking station and I come back and I try connecting it, it's just it freezes all my apps and then I have to restart it because I can't do anything with it. So that happened in the middle of one of my meetings. So I missed like literally most of my meeting. And it's like, oh, and I have my leader like pinning me on Slack constantly, like, hey, yeah, make sure you take it to the help desk. And like I done that, and I can't get a refresh. Like I'm not due for a refresh for my computer until Q4 next year. So either way, so I had to figure this out because I it's hard for me when that happens. I don't get frustrated easily, but that for some reason does frustrate me, and because it's waste of time to have it to restart it, and then I'm back to back meetings, so I need every minute that I have to also like execute. So that's why I'm leaving later because I was like wrapping up the things that are critical, and then looking at my agenda for the rest of the week and what's next, what's for tomorrow. So it's on time. And that's the flexibility of like the kind of work that I do. You get to manage your time, you get to manage priorities, but then other things come up. Like today, some additional requests come up from my leader, and then she's like going to be out of the office, so I'm covering for her. Um, a report, so that's at like time constraint too. So I had to like incorporate that in my schedule. But it's not bad. She's like, yeah, you got it down. I'm like, yeah, it's easy. It's just that it needs to be done, and you also depend on those people to finish their part so that you can finalize the report. But look how beautiful, you guys. You should see the sky. Look at this sky. Isn't that gorgeous? We're so lucky to have this sunny day. Here. You kind of get to see part of Minneapolis. Okay, so I had cafeteria food today. Today was it was like a Shein version of Chipotle bowl. There was no protein in it, and not a lot, so which is good. Like I'm under my calorie count for sure. Um, I asked for jalapenos, you guys. They gave me the whole plant of jalapenos. It's like, okay, I like it spicy. It was interesting. It was fine. Um, it's not my last meal. Let's hope that. But either way, you just have to go with the flow. And I was like so busy. Then I run into I got to see two people that I really like. I mean, I like people. I don't dislike. I don't go around disliking people, but I like that are close to me. I guess you can say. My former leader, for when I first came back here, she was like, "Oh, I'm so glad to see we." And it was so funny because I've been thinking about her, like this week. I'm like, I'm gonna reach out to her so we can get together because we get together like outside of work and do things. So she's like, I want to have lunch. I need to do ASAP, with you because I was thinking about emailing you today. And then she's like, I was inside. We have like SharePoint communities. She's like, I was looking for this process and your name came up and I know you did it. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I supported that works for me in my former role. So she slacked me and so I'm gonna email her like back or slack her back. So that we can get together, maybe go for a walk and dinner. She lives in Stillwater, Minnesota, and that's a beautiful little touristic town. So I might take you guys there and like do a live because it's really nice. Um, so we might do that. And then I got to see a former team member, you guys, that I absolutely love. And so it was an answered prayer because I moved into this role. Well, it's not that new. Well, I guess still new. 4 months into now. Oh, today's my fourth. Yeah, today's fourth month. Either way, so I got to see her. She came back from Japan. We were talking about Japan. You guys, I want to go and visit Japan one day. And then she had a really awesome trip, and I'm so glad. And then I was praying for her. My mom was praying for her. So like, she wanted to be out of my old team, and she applied for my team, but somebody else got the role. Either way, so she said she came back from her trip, and the next day she was interviewed for this new role she's in now. So it was like definitely an answered prayer, and I always get excited when somebody like gets ahead, right, and they're moving forward with their goals, and so my old manager wanted to like her to stay and like backfill me, and she says no. Because it's like she would have been stuck there for another 2 years, and there's a lot of changes in that team, like not necessarily the best changes. Either way, so she wanted to be out. So it was. I was very impressed that she did that, and very proud of her that she was able to say no, and like But we know that we need to pray to like we can get out of there. So my mom was praying, so I had to let my mom know that she got the job and she's doing well. She likes it, and she was so cute. She's like, and she's just like 3 weeks into this new role. She's like, I feel so weird because I've been, from our former role, we're being so busy, and I feel really, really weird here. And no, I don't feel busy. And I'm like, yeah, just enjoy this moment because you're onboarding and so she's like a product, okay. So I asked her to go and get a certification and like what is it, product manager, um, through Cornell. My company pays that guild stuff, so that's one of the few good schools that they have in there, in as part of the program. So I told her to go and get that certification because I have like project management certifications background in Six Sigma. She doesn't have that, and my older role was primarily project large initiatives that I led, and all of that, and some operational stuff. But that would help her open more roles and like in more of the tech area of my company. So she said she was going to look into that. Um, but yeah, she was so excited, and it was just so good to like. It's good. It's just beautiful when somebody can, you're happy for other people. You know what I mean? Hey, William. Hello. And then Bryce. Hey, how are you? So yeah, since I get excited, I think we should be happy for other people when, you know, not just because she's like my former team member and my like professional friend, but just because it's good, you know. I think it's good to wish people well, and and you know, not be jealous, things like that. Those are seeds that eventually will bear good fruit in your life, you know. So okay, so it was so I came across this thing. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe it's just like some hypothesis. It said that people that look younger than their age, it's because they just go with the flow. Like they're not resentful, they don't get angry easily. You know, they're just like free spirit people. And I'm like, that could be me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think that when you're more like free spirited and like easygoing, and you don't get like out of shape, you don't get angry, or you know, you kind of, you're also not resentful or jealous or those other things. You know, you don't get sick as often, and your body's in a healthier state. You know, but I do think that it does something to your psyche, and it's easier to navigate life when you're just like light spirit kind of person. Either way, so I thought it was interesting. Like, I don't know, and it's just a thought to entertain and just kind of reflect upon. But so yeah, so okay, so I'm literally, you guys, we're gonna go in the hood here. This rate because we are really far. Oh Lord. Okay, let me see. I'm actually going the hood. At this rate, there's a lot of traffic. Yes, you would think because you're in Chicago. By the way, so I was looking to go to Las Vegas. Plane plane tickets are um, really expensive. They're like, I don't want to fly to Sun Country, and I don't want to go. What's the other one? What's the other cheap one? Airline. Uh, it's right. I'm like thinking. I know Sun Country, and then there was. I taken it to go to Las Vegas, but I don't want to do Sun Country. The last 3 times I flew with them, they have always canceled the flights last minute, and you're kind of stuck because just one fly in, one fly out, so there's not a lot of options. So I promised myself I was only gonna do Delta because that's like the best, and you can also get the internet, Wi-Fi, which it helps. You know, you listen to music, you can do something on your computer, you can watch a movie, and by the time you add up all your costs with Sun Country, it's as expensive as Delta. That was my learning. Because I mean, literally, they don't even want you to wear like underwear. That's weight, okay? Like they charge you for everything, and so that's what I don't care. And I wouldn't. It was really boring going to Las Vegas through Sun Country because like there's no Wi-Fi. So, um, so I was looking at flights, and I was like, oh my god. And then when I took my car for the, I got the oil change and then my tire. I need to do 3 things that flag. You know, like I'm in that mileage right now where it needs to do I need to do my brake fluids and I don't know, some other things. There's 3 things in total. I'm not very experienced with cars, you guys. I'm like very girl, very feminine when it comes to that. Like I don't know much about cars maintenance, but I'm very faithful. I'm very faithful with my car maintenance stuff. Like I prioritize that because I'm by myself, and that's my car is very important to me. You know, I used to be working, so I need to take care of that early next month. So there goes my self, you know, gratification, my vacation for now. But that's fine because I do want to go away for sure. I already have time scheduled to take off early September because that's my mom's birthday. So I don't miss that. Rain or shine, I like to celebrate that woman in my life because my mom and I are very close and she's my best friend. And so, but I could use a vacation. Like I could use a change of scenery like badly. I only taking some time off for like appointments for doctor's appointments. So I just need like go somewhere and feel like it's a vacation. So we'll see. But I was disappointed when I saw the flights. Um, but it's because I'm not looking like far ahead, you guys. But honestly, it's just like going on a vacation right now is a privilege. So I'm thinking because I'm gonna be off on the third because we're off, the July 4th holiday. My company serves the third, so that's a long weekend. So I'm thinking maybe I could just do it, like go to Chicago, drive, and go there because it's cheaper. I don't have to pay for hotel. Um, but it's just I think it's gonna be better, and at least it can be a change of scenery. I don't mind driving. If it's like a long weekend, I can just pace myself. But I'm a long um, I like to do long drives, and so I can drive for hours straight. The car driving is very soothing to me, and it just allows my mind to be quiet, and I reflect and kind of solve all the world's problems. I don't know. I think it'll be nice if I can just do getaway. There's this place where they have mariachi guys in Chicago, and I would like to go back. I haven't been there for about maybe 3 years now. The food is really spicy, but the ambience is wonderful. Live music, live mariachi. One side they have like a band, and people actually are dancing there, and then customers. And then the other side they have mariachi, and you can just hire the mariachi to play songs for you. So I thought it would be. They have margaritas there, and I have one of their. I don't know how to drink it, but occasionally I would have a cocktail. I shouldn't be drinking at all because of medication and stuff. Either way, but once in a blue moon, and I had a margarita, you guys. And probably they use the cheapest tequila ever. When you have something you not even finish it, and you're feeling like awful. I mean, like, yeah. So, but I love the ambience. I definitely not gonna order the mole. I like mole, but mole is just a sauce, and I pour that over chicken, and that's super spicy, very strong. I can go here. So that was not good for me. But last time I was there, there's this couple. They got engaged, you guys. He bought her a beautiful flower arrangement. In the Spanish, they call that buchona. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like maybe 36 roses, and then they have like it's a huge thing, and they can have like a ribbon with some message on it. Some people add like money to them. It's like very popular in like the Latino culture. So he had it, and it's like my queen, and then out of like the blue, like I looked towards like their table, and he was on his knees. It was like really cute. um, so they also bring you like a big tray if it's your birthday or if you want to celebrate with all kinds of desserts. But yeah, Chicago has a lot to offer. I feel like it's like has the energy of New York, but a lot smaller city. But it still has the vibes and the energy. Minneapolis doesn't have that, unfortunately. It has changed, and I don't know if I think it's gonna take back. It's gonna take some time to get it back. There's a lot of it's very different. I used to live here, and then I came back, and so it's a great city to live. It's a great state, very friendly, but the downtown doesn't have it. And then you go to St. Paul, that's even worse. There's not a lot of energy and vibes, like just very quiet. Um, I like to have access to a city, which is weird though because well, San Francisco has its like areas. Roadwork reported ahead in a quarter mile. I'm still here. You're still on the fastest. Thank you. But I don't know. I think it's just to be better. When I go to Chicago, you can just park and like you can walk downtown Chicago, go by Lake Michigan. You can do a lot of things there, which you can necessarily out here. You need a car, Like you can see, you guys, I missed my exit because I tend to miss my exit. I live very close to downtown. Straight shoot about 30 minutes. And, now it's like more close to an hour because of traffic in the morning and there's construction. But if everything was working, there's no construction, traffic was light, I should be there like in downtown at my office within like 25-30 minutes. You know, it's kind of interesting in the morning. It's because then I'm driving, you guys, and I can see my cubicle from where I'm sitting in traffic, like literally. But it's just that, you know. So I've been doing speeding goals out, not speeding, but like really fast to make it. And I have this process I have to support 3 times a day, and one of those times is 8 o'clock. So today, your girl was there like 5 minutes before 8, enough time to like hit my computer. I just having a hard time sleeping. So I was very tired yesterday when I got there and today. So that my body's telling me I need some rest. I need some catch up and some sleep. I feel like I've been behind since last week when I flew to Chicago for work in the area, and I got up at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Didn't go to bed until like 9:30 p.m. because it was an all day. You know, when you're at travel for meetings, like work related travel, you can like they had dinner with vendors. It was late. Either way, it was. And then I got in my room, and my leader's like, "Hey, can you help pull this report?" You know, you can't say no necessarily. So I did that. So by the time I got my computer started and all of that and finished that, it was like 9:30. And then you got to be up and about the next day. And then the flight got delayed because there's a lot of like there's they have like tornado weather, so flights were canceled, and my flight was delayed for 7 hours. So we didn't leave until midnight on Thursday, and then I work on Thursday. So I was up and about on Thursday, so I didn't get much sleep. So I feel like I've been, you know, I'm behind in my sleep, and my body's feeling it right now. But yeah, so this is like Chicago. This is what you find. There's so much traffic. The sky is beautiful, but look at that. Um, this is going to like downtown Chicago. When I drive, this is how like what I see the traffic. But Minnesota, I don't know if they were prepared for this many people moving here. I mean, it's a great state, still affordable. I think housing is really expensive right now compared to what it used to be. And for what you get, you know, like associations here for a townhome, excuse me, or condo, you're looking at a $700 association. I think that's ridiculous. That's like California pricing. Except that you have pools over there, you got manicure grounds, you know, beautiful. Here you don't. You got a sauna, like somebody's, you know, I a sauna and things like places like that. I always feel like it's germs like heaven, you know. So not I'm not inspired to be in a facility that has that. Wait, why am I going east? Oh, I see what I'm. Yeah, I see. Okay, I think I know where I am. So in front of us, if you see that, you guys, that like building right there with that peak, that's REI. That's one of the largest REIs in the area. It's a really nice one. Um, why am I going east? Either way, that makes sense. Not so much sense. Oh my goodness. I don't think I want to do this. I think I'm going to go my route. So, 77 South. Okay. Either way, so this is taking me to the Mall of America of all places. Like the direction. Um yeah, this is everything is under construction, most highways, but we have 1, 2, 3 lanes right now. Okay, so it's about 3 lanes highways here, and they're trying to expand it. The highway that I take to go straight to downtown, I thought it was such an interesting idea. They put a commuter's lane, and you have to pay for that, a toll lane. Change. Yes, I do want to just save time. Either way, So it only leaves us with 3 lanes, and the far right lane, that's to merge into the highway and exit. So that's like creates a bottleneck and very dangerous because a lot of people. I'm just gonna be real. Like once it starts snowing, people forget how to drive, and if we get bad storms, that too. So it's I don't know, California. People say, "Oh, there's so much traffic in Los Angeles," but it's moving. You got 8 lanes, 6 lanes highways, so it's based on how you plan your day, But it's traffic is moving. Here, if an accident happens because we only have limited lanes, everything shuts down. So that's like the difference that I have noticed living here. I lived in South Dakota, and oh my God, you guys, there's no traffic over there but cows and deer. Um, it's driving there is very relaxing, and they have 80 miles per hour, so you really can get your speed genes out there. Um, it's a lot easier to drive because they just don't have the population like we do here. So everybody wants to live here, which is wonderful. But I just wish that they can buy some of this land, like businesses, and expand our highway because it's needed. I mean, this state has growing a lot. Has been growing a lot, like population wise. So we need more highways. But yeah, I don't know who manage their highways, you guys, because I feel like they should phase out their like construction. Like right now, all the major highways are under construction, so it creates this bottlenecks, and they've been working on this for a while. I don't think it's as long as Iowa. Okay, so here's a story. I used to live in the border of South, like not the border, an hour away from the border of Iowa. Okay, so I used to go there to this. What is it called? Like, what part of Iowa was that? I had to look it up. Sorry, it's been more than 5 years. Okay, and I'm trying to clean up my archives in my brain so that I can take all this new information. Either way, um, where is that? Not Sioux City, Iowa. There it goes. Um, I love Mexican food. Okay, so I always have very good taco, authentic stuff. So I would drive from Sioux Falls into Sioux City, Iowa. It's about an hour, a little over an hour maybe. And as you enter Sioux City, Iowa, there's like this spot like this. That thing has been under construction for the last decade. Okay, and they have so many speeding cameras, you guys, and they all change the speed limit. So they kind of track you down. So as soon as you start entering Sioux City, Iowa, you go in there. By the way, that taco shop is so authentic, so delicious, and like super inexpensive. I have never paid anything under $2 tacos. I was in Chicago and I was just curious, and I was looking at Uber Eats, and tacos there are anything nothing below $5 tacos in the Chicago area. I was like, whoa, that's expensive. I know that times are tough in the inflation, but like, come on, $5 a taco, it's a lot. When I go to California, because I grew up in California, I still have family there. Um, I take advantage and I go to those taco trucks, or like stands that you look like you're in Mexico. It feels like it. Um, and I love it because they have some good salsas, and they allow you to like serve and eat your salsa, like serve whatever salsa you. I mean, uh, add whatever salsa to your tacos you like. So they're very generous with that. Here, we don't have much Mexican food. You gotta have to go to this wall, like hole in the wall kind of place. Um, I know there's one place in Rochester, Minnesota, because I go there for doctors, and then that's at a market. And then there's another one in another market in Chocopee. That's like the only most authentic food and the least expensive. I don't care about the price. I hate it when you go and buy something, but they're like the salsas are key for a good Mexican food, like for Mexican food, especially with tacos or burritos. Salsas are everything. So when the salsa is watered down, that's like, oh, it's like, no, that's me. It's not acceptable. So we get a lot of that. But I thought Minneapolis like $350, $3.50 tacos were high. When I look at Chicago, I'm like, wow, like you had to have a second job, to take your family to eat at tacos. I don't know, but people are paying those prices. It's like COVID. I remember when during COVID time, I would go and get my manicures and pedicures, and every time that I would go in, I have like, oh, supplier charges, additional charges, and those prices never have come down. They actually continue to go up. So I just, forget it. Like, don't even bother to understand what the pricing is because it's just changing so much. Um, but where I live, there's not a lot of competition for nail salons either. Like in the state of Minnesota as a whole, so people are charging you a lot more. For a basic pedicure, is $40, and I mean basic. I just go to a good person. She knows me, and she knows like I like attention to detail, so she's very good at like removing the cuticles and things like that. But it's still expensive for a basic, manicure. So this is a little bit about like my experience so far. Some of the things that I have learned. Oh, by the way, you guys, you're gonna be so impressed. Look at this. This is your Best Buy building. Can you see it in the distance? Look, that's Best Buy headquarters. Um, I have my second manager is now the VP there. Ahead on I-494 west in half a mile. You're still on the fastest trail. It's like a weird setting because it's off this highway. So for a campus, like I must be on the other side to not hear the highway. I don't know how they do it. Like it would be hard to like be outside with all the dirt and the noise to have a conversation with people. Like either way. So yeah, there's a lot that I have learned. I think one of the nice things is when you're willing to get out of your comfort zone and live somewhere different and explore, especially when you're young, right? Like this is the time to do things and explore and know what you like. I definitely gonna go back to. Excuse me. I'm definitely gonna go back to California, the West Coast. That's my home. Like Minneapolis has been. I can't complain. Like Minneapolis has been good to me and it's been home, but also it's like South Dakota was good to me. I had a good experience. But I'm also like willing to be adaptable and um, I personally think now that I have lived in two different states and maybe I'll live in another different state where I go back is you know I appreciate a lot of things even more about California, the weather, the food options a lot better. It's very regulated, but it's a good thing, you know. Um, there's laws can be good if it's implemented the right way, I guess. Um, Either way, I think in California, it's like South Dakota. If you have accumulated personal time off and you leave the company, they have to pay you. And here they don't. So you got to start using you got to be able to use all your personal time off because once you leave the company, you don't get paid. So when I left South Dakota, because I was so busy out there, didn't take a lot of time off other than I feel like I did a lot more things there than I have done in the last 5 years here. But I traveled more over there, which either way. And when I left, I had a lot of personal time off because I was there for a little over 5 years. and they pay me. That was like a nice thing, you know. So I was like, oh, I wish that law was here, or in all states. I think people should have, if they don't want to take personal, you don't take as much personal time off. That when you leave your company, that's like, you know, they pay you for that time, or at least half of it. And it's just giving me a different appreciation for where I grew up, and appreciation for being here, because I have learned a lot about what this state offers, the good things, right? And then things that I would love to see different. But I don't know. It's good. Either way, my friends. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm just giving you the whole tour of all this traffic, trying to get home. Um, but have a wonderful rest of your week. If we don't talk again, um, you know, I'm just grateful that it looks like it's a nice day. Maybe we're gonna get little showers here and there. I thought tomorrow or today we're gonna have some thunder. So yeah, I guess you can see it forming. The clouds look like they're upset, you know. But we need the rain to keep things green, and the farmers need rain. So it's all good. Gotta see things from the positive side. You know, we've been getting a lot of rain, guys. And I was hoping I could see a rainbow, you know, yesterday. Or, yeah, yesterday I think it was. And I went to this Japanese garden, so I invite you to check out the shorts that I've been doing. Either way, um, so I was hoping to see a rainbow, and I didn't. So maybe today, well, you know, there's always that blue sky behind those clouds. I think being able to just look at life and, you know, be light about it, you know, go with the flow. That's the only thing you can go. Go down the stream, down the river, go flow with the stream, you know, because if you keep fighting things, just life is already hard as it is, so it adds more complexities. Either way, I'll talk to you soon. This is your friend from Minnesota.